What is up, guys? This is Maker Scamming going back to episode 13 of my OOTP franchise, and today we are at the 2020 offseason with the Kansas City Royals. So we just finished off the year 84 and 78. I did show that last time. I don't know if I showed the stats or not, but I'll go and run through them already. Real quick. So moving on, our best pitcher was definitely Marcus Stroman. We acquired him at the deadline. A big trade, if you remember correctly, in episode 11, I do believe. Dante Neverson, Reese McGuire, Danny Bars, Andy Dunn, and Khalili for Stroman. Definitely think it was the right move. He had a great second half with us. Only 85 innings pitched, but 2.4 WAR. So hopefully he can continue being our ace. However, with the acquisition of him, Luis Rebelar concludes a quite disappointing season. I was expecting him to put a lot more WAR, especially for the contract we gave him. So he may be a guy we try to trade for a hitter because our hitting was pretty bad this year. But moving on, our surprise of the year is no other than Zach Davies, who pitched to a 3.7 WAR after putting up what? That is if we go to pitching, that's more than he put up the last 3 years, I want to say. So just a fantastic year for him. He has one more year of arbitration, and we will be signing him to the arbitration. So he will definitely be our number 2 or number 3 next year, depending on what we do with Rebelar. Moving on, Daniel Young, we claimed him off waivers. Now his ratings are decreasing, which kind of concerns me, but as long as he puts up numbers like these, he will stay on my team. So he will be back next year. Chun was quite good in 113 innings. He doesn't necessarily give us lockdown innings, but he does give us a lot of innings, so that is good. 1.2 WAR and 2.85 ERA, so pretty good for him. Moving on, Addison Reed was very good. We re-signed him to that $5 million deal later in the offseason. He has done fantastic. The problem is he wants a lot of money right now, and our owner does want him to sign us to sign him, which will be a problem because I will not be giving him $13 million for 4 years, which I guess that can't be too surprising, can it? Moving on, let's see here. Stalmont came back at the end of the year, pitched 4 starts, and gave us all-star numbers here. 4 start, 25 innings, 0.7 WAR. I still don't think he has it, but if he can perform like that, we'll probably give him a shot in the rotation next year. Blewett struggled. He's definitely not the pitcher I once thought he was. I think he's probably a 4th or 5th starter at best at this point. Career high in WAR, it looks like, but still a 6 ERA and 153 innings. Definitely a struggle from him. Anyway, disappointments. Gmar Gomez came over and did really well in 17 innings. See, that was in Blue Jays trade, if I can see that out. Foster Griffin, no, that's not what I'm thinking of. Glenn Sparkman actually was pretty bad, to be honest. He just was not that good. We ended up sending him down for a short time, only 1 inning, but anyway, so he wasn't good. Don't know if we'll be bringing him back. JT Chargoy only pitched 24 innings, but was really good in those 24 innings, so we will be bringing him back as well. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get in the mail here. So, I left you guys off with the wild card round to see who, I didn't show you who won the World Series, is basically what I'm trying to say. Well, the San Francisco Giants won the World Series versus the New York Yankees. I was expecting the Yankees to win it. They did make it to the World Series, but the San Francisco Giants rule an even year again. Let's see who the player of the game here, Jared Eichhoff, who now pitches for San Francisco apparently. But yeah, San Francisco won it again, this time in 2020. Lewis Brinson, Alfredo Despain, looks like he came over and did really well. Wow, maybe I should have paid him. What is he getting paid? No, still not worth it. Anyway, sorry for getting distracted there. But the San Francisco Giants won it, dethroning the Dodgers in the NL. It finally looks like they're for 3 straight years of pennants from them. Anyway, let's get into arbitration. So we got Zach Davies. After that fantastic year, he is asking for a lot, but he is worth every dollar. The problem is, let's go back so I can. The problem is that we cannot go over. We have no money, so I'm really thinking about trading Rebelar to get some financial stability. Is what I'm trying to say. So we'll give. Basically, if you guys haven't played this game, I would highly recommend getting it. First of all, but second of all, if you play this game during arbitration, you usually offer them 1-year deals. That way you can get them for their arbitration estimate and save them from going arbitration, which sometimes makes them upset, and sometimes the arbitrator rules in favor of the player and they get paid more. So I always give them 1-year deals, just get that out of the way, as we are offering JT Chargo 1.1, Moving on, Joe Musgrove. He is not going to be coming back. He was pretty bad for us down the stretch. Claimed him off waivers a couple years ago. Glenn Sparkman, I think we're gonna let him go. Has not been the player we expected and was pretty bad last year. Ryan O'Hearn had a fantastic year with us. I don't even know if I showed the batting stats. We'll go 6.32, but he did end up doing pretty well. As my computer will respond. What are you doing, computer? There we go. But yeah, Ryan O'Hearn ended up having a 3.1 WAR even after getting injured down the stretch. Raul Mondesi came back and had a pretty good year. Definitely not a huge impact with the bat, but it provides good defense. Moving on. Who else we got? DJ Stewart. I think I'm going to let him go. Actually, for $750,000 at the worst, he provides... You know what, DJ? You don't want to be here. I will let you leave. We're going to let DJ Stewart go. And Michael A. Taylor, he came over and from the White Sox and had put up 3 WARs. So a bit of a comeback year for him. So Michael Taylor there. Let's see, offer extension. So he wants, nope, not giving you that. One more year for him, I think, if I'm right. Let's see, he's got 5 years. So yeah, one more year of arbitration for him and he will be a free agent next year. So, and then our only free agents are Addison Reed and Gmar Gomez. I'd be interested in bringing back Gmar Gomez, but I don't even think we can. Can we do that? No, we cannot. Of course we can't. So, wow, that's a lot of money. How? We are negative $13 million. Our owner, I didn't even check all the emails, but our owner did raise it. If we go here, he's sorely disappointed in our performance for not reaching the playoffs. But here's our goal, play 500 ball, which we did this year. Sign Addison Reed, increase team attendance, bring more of your drafted players, and keep building your team up to reach the playoffs in the next 6 seasons. So new budget, it did go up $8 million. I think it was $110 million last year. Our pitching coach retired, which is too bad. We got extended for 3 years. And yeah, so now I think I'm going to go try to find a trade for Revelar because this is when all the teams have money. And I sorely need, if we go here, wow, that is bad. We have a player payroll of $81 million and a budget of $118 million. We have no money. So I think the move here is to trade Revelar, who's our highest paid player by, $13 million. Trade Revelar, get some financial stability, and hopefully pick up a big bat in the process. So I will do that, and I will be back when I have something. So we are here at the awards. The most valuable player was just announced. However, I did remember that I forgot to show you guys the hitting stats. So if we go by WAR, our best hitter was Jeremy Profar, who I did not know, but he got really hot at the end of the year. What is that? 800 OPS, 829 OPS, 3.1 WAR, and only 500 plate appearances. So pretty good there. Ryan O'Hearn was absolutely fantastic. I think Theo keeps underrating this guy because he has been amazing for us. Moving on, we have Michael A. Taylor. Jamar Reyes was good. Seth Beer. Now, his ratings keep going up, and I don't know why that just happened. But anyway, his ratings keep going up. I just don't think he's going to be the player OSA thinks he is. Consistently hits well against all types of pitching. Definitely not the star. He will be a good player, don't get me wrong. But definitely not the star I was predicted when I drafted him. So, our drafting history is pretty bad, but the disappointments, Delvey Gueron, despite his terrible hitting, I would consider him a little bit of a disappointment. I mean, I know that your hitting won't be great when you have these kind of fielding ratings, but a 517 OPS, man, come on. Anyway, moving on. Jose Ramirez was good when he came over. Who else? Escarala was bad. He's probably a fourth outfielder type. Jared Joseph kind of really fell off, even though his ratings are still up there. So he could be a decent third baseman option next year. So a move I need to make, and I think it's well deserved, is Chase Sung-Sir, he's been good, right? He hasn't been awful. 808 OPS, definitely not bad. However, his defense is god awful. It is so bad. If we go to fielding stats, negative 0.7 zone rating in only 32 innings, and 92 innings he had in right field. He had a zone positive, but that's besides the point. In 154 innings last year, he had a negative 12.5 zone rating. So his defense just holds his bat back, and that's definitely not worth $4.8 million. His ratings are declining. So he is renewable, which means he's not up for arbitration yet, but we are going to release him to make sure that doesn't renew. We wish him the best of luck. And the fans probably aren't happy. They are not. he was a good player for us, but definitely not worth 4.8 mil, especially when we need money. I've yet to find a trade for Rebelar. We will continue looking for one, but hopefully before free agency. But anyway, yeah, we definitely need to move his salary off the books. If we go to salary arbitration, everybody accepted except the guys we declined, and we will be doing the same for them to get their salary off the books. So we can probably sign Gene Mar now with the departed Sir's contract, our new money. He was good for us, and I think he presents a good ready option, a friendly influence in the clubhouse. I would be willing to sign like a 1 year. He went up. It went up. And we still, oh my God, we are in the red so much. So we still can't sign him. We will probably let him go to free agency. We do need, I forgot to do this earlier, we do need to submit the $15 million qualifying offer because Addison Reed is asking for a heck of a lot, and I want that draft pick. So anyway, now let's jump into the awards, which I originally cut in for. If we go here. So, alright, so the best fielder, see if we won anything there. No, we did not. Here's the NL if anybody's actually interested. Austin Hedges won it. He looks pretty good. AL reliever of the year. None other than Aroldis Chapman at the ripe old age of 32. Oh my God. 2.9 WAR as a reliever. My God, a 0.99 ERA. Wow, okay. Edwin Diaz finished second. Who's a starter? Don't know why they're trying him out as a starter, but anyway. And Xavier Cedeno with the Boston Red Sox came in third. NL, it was Andrew Miller, who's now with the Braves. Feige, who, oh my God. What? Okay, this may or may not be a fluke year, but, oh, Feigl, not Feige, Feigl, and Michael Lorenzen, who came in third with the Cincinnati Reds. Here is the Silver Slugger, or I still haven't changed that. Anyway, Joey Gallo hit 63 bombs. Okay, 11.4 WAR from him. Chaesung Sir actually won it with, oh God, he won it with the Royals. He's now a free agent. His ratings continue to decline, so I'm not really too upset about that. I guess that does count. So we won a Silver Slugger. Here's the NL. I don't see anybody too great. Looks like Addison Russell finished with 7.1 WAR. And then the Rookie of the Year, Estevan Florial, Brian Mundell, and Joe Rizzo. And the NL, it was 34-year-old Alfredo Despain and Garrett Binge of Milwaukee, and then Marcos Diplan of the Milwaukee Brewers. AL Manager of the Year is Joe Girardi of the New York Yankees, and Bruce Bochy of the San Francisco Giants won in the NL. Now on to the Reliever of the Year. To no one's surprise, Aroldis Chapman won it. Oh, no, that's Cy Young. Oh, wow. Okay. He won the Cy Young? I don't know if I agree with that, but okay. Chris Sale almost won it. She probably should have won it. 7.3 WAR, but okay. And then NL, Kershaw takes home the Cy Young again for the, I want to say, 4th straight year. If we go to pitching stats. Yes, the 4th straight year, all since we started this franchise. And I guess, let's see. 14, 17, 18, and, oh, he didn't win it in 19. Wow, okay. Probably a reliever won it or something stupid like that. Anyway, MVP, Joey Gallo, to no one's surprise, Aaron Judge, and Francisco Lindor. And the NL, Clayton Kershaw won the MVP. Corey Ray came in second, and Drew Ward of the Washington Nationals came in third. So those were the awards. Now we're going to sim up to the free agent signing period, or the free agent filings, and see if we can still trade the $20 million man, Luis Rebelar. Unpause. All right. 3, 2, 1. So after much deliberation, I think I'm going to do this offer. It's probably a loss for us, but this is more about dumping salary after 2 bad signings by me last year. I've got to improve on that. I do a little bit of too much in free agency, I think. When I think my team is ready, I go after and try to get somebody that's a difference maker, and obviously that's not true. So obviously this deal centers around Luis Rebelar, a guy we signed last year. He was decent, got hot at the end of the year, which led to a decrease in his ERA and a bump in his WAR. A little bit worse than that probably, but The problem is his contract is just too big for this team. He's got at least 4 more guaranteed years, and if he wants to opt out after that, he can. So anyway, now on to the other guys. Jeter Downs, I don't know why I can't click on him, was a draft pick in 2017, or second round pick. He's obviously great at defense, but his bat lacks what he produces on defense. Definitely not a great player. And high A at 22. Should be a decent for a utility guy, but nothing more than that. Manny Oloke, yeah, it's pretty terrible. They just wanted him as a throw-in, although he did have a good year in Double-A. So there is that. Moving on, we also are throwing in Luis Orozco, who's our other international signing last year. He's definitely good, and he definitely had not a bad year, but an off year. I expect him to be a reliever of the year candidate in Washington, who we are making this trade with. But as of right now, his contract is a little bit too much, especially for a reliever at $5 million, and $6 million, and $7 million, and $9 million. At least 3 more guaranteed years. So definitely not who we want when we are running on such a small budget. But in the process of trading those 4 guys, we were picking up Miyacho Maeda, who Theo loves. I don't know if this is his true rating. He had a great year in A-ball this year. Was a 2019 pick. Don't know why I didn't select him, but OSA is definitely down on him. He's definitely not that same guy in OSA's hands. But I have a belief that this guy can be a great utility guy. Look at all the ratings can play. Great second baseman. Theo expects him to be an above average offensive player with production that can carry the team. So if he turns out like that, he can be great. He's 24, which is a concern, but I think I can bypass that based on his potential. Eric Fetty, who is a starter who's going to be replacing what's his name? Revelar. He's on a minimum contract. He's got 5 years of team control left, 27 years old. He's had a 1 good year starting this year, 102 innings, 1.9 WAR. That's a better pace than Revelar. Probably a little bit less talent, but or upside, but definitely a good year. So if we go down there, so we're picking up him, and also this Carlos A. Romero, who is a relief pitcher prospect. We are replacing the relief prospect, I can't remember his name, that we traded in the Stroman deal. So he looks to be really good as well. 85 innings and low A last year was definitely great. So I'm hoping this guy can eventually make it to the majors and make a difference. So we are dumping a lot of money. Our assistant GM doesn't love it, but he doesn't hate it, so that is good. And our available money would improve by $24 million. So I think I'm going to do this deal. The Nationals have all kind of tons of money, and they are trying to win a championship while Bryce Harper is still in his prime. I think they got him locked up on a contract extension. Probably a cheap one too. Yep. $148 million over 7 years. Definitely not what he's close to what he's going to get in real life, but he's had a couple MVP type years in the past few years, so they're trying to get him a ring. But we're going to go and complete this trade, and there we go. So we pick up a couple new guys if we go to the active roster. So we dump a lot of money, which is good. And now we're going to jump into the free agent filings and see who we can make an offer to improve this team. So we have reached free agent filings, guys. We got some good ones this year, including this guy who looks like he's already been signed. Simoya Mbori, he was a posting by this Nippon Baseball League. Looks like a great player, but probably a little bit too rich for my blood, especially after just trading our biggest signing, which was last year. So I'm going to stay away from those big signings. Let's see. We also, Addison Reed did file for free agency, so we will be getting a compensatory pick, I think, for him, if I'm correct. Anyway, so if we go to free agents here, we only lost one big guy, or I guess two. We lost 2 relievers, so we will be looking. Oh my God, that's a lot of injuries. But we will be looking for some bullpen guys, some cheap bullpen guys. This guy looks very, very interesting. Oh my God, I think I want this guy. I don't think he'd play in the majors this year, but he's cheap. He's young. I would definitely give him $1.5 million. We have like $20 million to work with. I would definitely give him $1.5 million. First base is obviously not one of our needs with O'Hearn, but I think that could be a future DH first baseman type. Probably a little bit cheap on my part, but I probably need to, whenever I get a chance next year, probably decrease the amount of how many of those guys come in. But anyway, moving on. we have, let's see, Luis Vega. Oh, is this not? Oh my God. Yeah, I'm not going after him. Somebody's going to get a good player, though. Yeah, I really need to decrease the amount of international free agents coming in that are that talented. But anyway, moving on. Cole Hamels is back after performing admirably in Texas last year. 183 innings, 1.9 WAR. Don't think I'm going to give him that $13 million salary this time, though. And he has no compensation, which is enticing, but I'm not going to do it. So ideally, we need an outfielder, a starter. We do need a starter. So any cheap starters like what we got for Zach Davies last year would be ideal. So you got Trevor Bauer, who has had control issues. That's his main issue. So Aaron Sanchez, Trevor Bauer, Jose Quintana. Yeesh, nope, not $12 million. Let's look at the relievers as well. Don't know who that is, and it's because it's on the OOTP. Let's see, Wade Davis. Oh, he only wants $4 million. Oh, he was really bad last year. I think Wade Davis might be the ideal target to go after. Alex Colome. I was called him Colome. Colome had a good year last year, only asking for $4. Nate Jones. We do need to keep in mind that we probably need another lefty, just because we traded Roscoe. So Josh Fields, Neftali Feliz, and Sam Dyson are potential targets. Gmar Gomez is there. Drew Storen. So I think we have a couple choices to make. Let's see what Wade Davis is looking at. I'd do that. $4 million for 1 year. He's 35. Definitely had a really bad year last year. Was he injured last year? He was. Oh, looks like he had a UCL injury. And 624 last year. And they voided the team option. So anyway, I think we got a couple decisions to make. I think I'll cut out until I make those decisions, and I'll come back in when I have offered the players I want to offer deals. So I figured out what offers I'm going to make, and I've already made them. I'll just show them off to you guys first. I forgot to mention that Mickey Callaway, who was the pitching coach both in 2017 and 2018 for the Cleveland Indians when they were doing super well, has agreed to be our pitching coach. So anyway, now onto the offseason center. Also forgot to mention that the best free agent available is, if we go up here, if it will load anytime soon. If we go up here, is Mookie Betts. I completely missed him. He wants $20 million a year, and he is amazing. But unfortunately, I don't have that money. I do have the money, but I don't want to give it all to him. So instead, I spread it out this year. Did not go for that big free agent signing I've been doing the past couple years. So anyway, so if we go to the pending offers, our first one was Wade Davis. I don't know if I did this on camera, but Wade Davis, $4 million for 1 year. He's been bad the past couple years. The last good year he has was for New York in 2018. So I think he could be a difference maker as long as his ratings don't decrease. But even then, it's just a 1 year gamble. You know, at worst comes to worst, I let him go on the next offseason. Second offer, Anthony Rizzo. He's 31 now. He's kind of fallen off. However, he provides good defense, makes those around him better, which means he's probably a leader, if I had to guess. He hasn't had that great of a time since 2018. Again, you see a trend generating here, but he provides good defense. I'm planning on moving Ahern back to DH to where Beer can play right field again. If that were the case, I think this could be a very good lineup. Provides us power against lefties, some eye discipline as well. So I think that could be a good signing. Next, we need a catcher because what's his name is awful offensively. I don't know. I can't think of his name. I'm gonna have to go check it, aren't I? Gruan is awful offensively, so we have to go get a catcher. We gave Travis I've heard his name before. I don't know how to say it. But anyway, we gave him, if we go back here, a 2-year, $60 million deal. That second year is a team option with a $2 million buyout, even though it won't say. He's not that great defensively, but that would be what Gruan is for. And his bat has been off and on since the beginning of the series. He is wrecked, so that is a little bit of an issue. But you know, I feel confident enough that I can give him that deal. Second to last, I should say, is Roberto Osuna. He's young, all right. He's been bad. You know, don't get me wrong. He's been bad. That's why, if we go over here, they he became a free agent on his own, but he's been injured lately. Only 20 innings last year, and he's bad in them. His last good year was in 2018. He's fragile, but I feel confident enough to give him a 1-year deal, which there's a low risk, high reward scenario there. And then lastly, I showed this on camera, Jorge Crispin. I don't know. I think he could be fantastic. He's a first baseman, but Rizzo could hold that spot this year, and this guy, who would be, I want to say probably 26 at the time, would come up. So I like this guy, and it's only 1.5 million. So again, no risk there. And if he does turn out to be the beast that both OSA and my head scouts projects him to be, then he'd be a great force in the lineup. So we're gonna go and sum up to the Hall of Fame voting beginning, and from there I will cut out until the Rule 5 draft and see if my signings sign. So if we go to the mail, and I do want to check out the Hall of Fame, because this is starting to get to where you'll probably see a little bit more available players. I do just want to check. So Mark Burley's, he probably won't make it. Dan Herron won't make it. Tim Hudson, Torrey Hunter. Tim Hudson might make it. I'm not really sure. I didn't really grow up with these guys. Aramis Ramirez, I remember him. I doubt he'll make it either. And CJ Wilson and Barry Zito. So not a very great free agent class, our first year free agent class. We'll see who makes it. But anyway, now let's sum up to the Rule 5 draft and see who we signed.